From there, I just want to go to the Bruce Brown news. We'll talk about Bruce Brown a little bit more with the Lakers. Bruce Brown, Bam McMahon, Tim McMahon said is going to be interviewing or going to be meeting with the Mavs as soon as free agency opens up. Dallas will be able to offer that 12.4 mid level, which I think is going to be kind of Bruce Brown's starting point. There's going to be teams like the Nuggets, like the Lakers, who I think Jovan Buha said he's pretty the Lakers are pretty confident that they can land Bruce Brown. That maybe doesn't line up with some of the reporting we've seen recently, but I think there's belief within LA, within the Lakers, that they have a good shot at landing Bruce Brown for the 12.4. I think the Mavs would love to have him at this spot for the 12.4, which is the non-taxpayer mid-level exception, higher than what it used to be. Also, you need to make sure you stay under the luxury tax to be able to send it, like always. Which we'll talk about what that means for the Lakers going forward. But 12.4 million mid-level exception, non-taxpayer mid-level exception. I think he's going to get that offer from the Mavs. He's going to get that offer from the Lakers and probably some teams we're not even thinking about. And his choice is going to be whether to take that money or whether to take less money with the Nuggets. 7.8 is the max that he can get with Denver. So it'll be interesting to see if he's willing to take that money to stay with the champion. It's just like Denver literally can't offer more. If they could, I'm sure they would. Is he going to be willing to take that money to stay with the champion, or is he going to have to go elsewhere to lock up some long-term cash? It could be. I'm not sure if it exactly works like the Bobby Portis situation, but there may be a situation where he can come back for one more season, and I think he will get early bird rights at that point. I think 2 years gets you early bird rights, which would allow him to sign a bigger and longer term deal after this season. So that may be the plan, a little handshake agreement, similar to what Bobby Portis got in Milwaukee, where take this deal, this is the most we can offer you if you take a 1 year deal, this player option on the end, usually just to protect the player side of that thing. And we will opt out of that player option at the end of the season. We will take care of you the way we couldn't this time around. I think that's probably the Nuggets' best chance of landing Bruce Brown, is convincing him to take that on. But we'll see. And I think the only other thing with the Bruce Brown part, I think McMahon says it here. If you look, 12.4 is kind of the minimum. 12.4 is what we know teams like the Lakers, like the Mavs, teams that maybe don't have as much cap flexibility but aren't over the tax, can offer him. There may be another team. We're going to keep saying names like San Antonio and Houston and teams with a lot of cap space. Detroit, I think, is among them as well. But teams like that could offer him more. They could offer him a much bigger deal, and we'll see what comes from that. But yeah, that's the Bruce Brown situation, at least how we understand it right now. I'll talk a little more about the Lakers and how they relate to a lot of this stuff as we go